Good afternoon, everybody. Do a sound check, Lucia.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Just going to wait a few minutes until we have more people joining us. Thank you for your time today. Those here, we'll just wait a couple more minutes. Okay, the room is slowly filling up, so we'll just keep waiting. It's 3 o'clock on the dot now, South African time. So I don't know if you know, we have a saying about African time. We're just going to wait a couple more minutes.
Sure, no worries.
Thank you to those of you who joined early. Please bear with us while we just wait for a few more people to come in, and then we can start in a couple minutes. All right. Welcome to those who have just joined us. We're just waiting a few more minutes just to allow everybody time to join us. So please bear with us. Okay, Lucia. Let me know if you want to wait another minute or a few minutes.
I think like we can start and then people can join anytime. So yeah,
Okay.
as we already have some people here, we can start and then everyone can join later.
Okay, so what we'll do is everybody else will receive a copy of the recording in their inboxes after the webinar. So I just want to say thank you and good day and welcome everyone to our live webinar hosted by myself. For those that don't know me, I'm Raquel Correa, the Customer Success Manager at Micro South Africa, which is an Adapt IT company. And joining me today is Lucia Cianchetta. She's the Sales Director from BEONx, who we have partnered with. Before we start, just to let everyone know that we have a Q&A where you can post any questions as we go along. These will be answered at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to put any questions in as we go along. And at the end of this, if anybody wants a one-on-one session, Lucia will post a diary link where you can actually book a one-on-one session to learn more about BEONx. And as I mentioned earlier, all attendees will also receive a recording of the webinar afterwards on email. So today's topic is about humans versus AI. And as we all know, AI is getting faster, smarter, and more accessible. But in hospitality, we all know that technology alone is no longer a differentiator. In a market where our margins are under pressure, the real question is how to get more value from the teams that you already have. The hotels that are winning today are not cutting people, they are redesigning how their teams work. Now in 2026, the smartest hotels won't be run by AI, but by AI powered teams. And I'm going to hand you over to Lucia, who's going to run through it. Thank you, Lucia. Welcome.
Thanks, Raquel. Thanks, everyone, for joining today. It's actually our second session together. The previous one was done with my colleague Juan, and we focused there really on the application of AI on the daily life of the revenue manager. And today we want to go a step further, and we will see how we can keep control on what we do and how AI is, of course, powerful, but we can still be in control of it as human beings. And we decided to pick up this topic because the dominant narrative today is actually suggested by a complete replacement of the revenue managers. So it could be a bit scary, but also we know that hospitality is one of the industry that always lags behind the adoption of technology. And also that most of the time is a human making decisions. So and we know that is much slower than a machine sometimes. So we know that automation is the future, and this is why the narrative is saying that revenue managers will be replaced. But seeing this view, let's go further, and then let's start from a traveler point of view. So what we do as travelers when we need to organize an holiday or a trip, how as people we are using AI, because I think it's also important to figure out what is happening on the other side and having a much more open perspective of the application of AI. So I don't know if happened also to you, Ragal, and the audience here in the webinar, but I use AI agents sometimes when I need to figure out what I want to visit, where should I stay whenever I'm organizing personal holidays.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do? Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's really easy to see also how the application is us to do what it will take much longer for us. So this is Lila. It's one of the thousands AI agents out there. I just put some inputs here saying how many people, when I want to travel, where I want to go, and asking what I should visit and where should I go. Of course, you need to refine many times the search, but it comes out with a very detailed itinerary with what you need to check or to visit every day, suggestions, and it was really helpful to understand better also how many days should I spend at the destination and what are the main highlights there. And then I make a step ahead, and also I ask much more information to the agent, such as, for example, where should I stay? And we know really well that it's very important to be out there and to be always updated on what is happening. In this case, there are three different options that came out with prices and why I should pick up one of them. So I think it's really important to see also the perspective to understand how accelerating is the AI in the world working today. And we know that AI is powerful. This is not a debate. It's reality. It's powerful now, will be much more powerful in the future. But the real question is not if AI is powerful, is how we can still keep control on what we do. Because hospitality, it's an industry that is not just run by data. Otherwise, spreadsheets would have replaced revenue managers many years ago and didn't happen. What is actually the human able to do that AI is not able to do, at least yet. So where we do have the advantage, because of course AI is really fast in processing data, creating models, forecasting, and so on. But it's the revenue manager that has specific information about, for example, the destination. If there is an event in the market that is attracting a new kind of customer this year, I need also to adjust my strategy, and AI doesn't know until that data doesn't become an historical data, or that I have some loyal customers that are open to pay much more to stay at my property because there is this emotional attachment to the property itself, or that my competitors, one of them refurbished the hotel, and then they have a new owner that is open to run some risk in order to position him better in the future. So all this information is truly key to improve our strategy, and it's not something that AI is able to do right now. So this is where the competitive advantage comes from. And let's say that AI is helping us to move from legacy tools to tools that is actually able to read data in a matter of seconds that help us to actually leave that part that is our daily job, where we are more analyst of data, and moving to, for example, keeping focus on strategy or on human relations. That is key at your health. Let's go with an example that is out of the box. You will see that it doesn't have anything to do with hospitality, but I think it's really important to understand. And we are on the chess world. Chess was one of the first industry that was challenged by AI. And this is one of their world champions. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but Kasparov was known for being very strategic, really good in anticipating the steps of the other players, and a very psychology point of view on how to play chess. And you will see that this machine, the black box behind us, Deep Blue, was created exactly for playing chess back in the 90s. And he was there was also the first battle between Kasparov and Deep Blue back in the 97. And it was the first time that a machine was able to beat a human being. So it was really shocking for the public, but also we went back to a more rational and logical point of view. This machine was able to beat a human because there was very high-level rules inside the machine, but was not able to do anything else out of its own box, its own purpose. So let's move on in the future. This is Carlsen. Carlsen is still one of the world chess players. And he was born and raised using AI and technology to train himself in the chess world. And what I'm going to show you two different videos. The first one probably you already saw online is the first battle between Carlsen and Kasparov. And then the second video is actually an interview of Carlsen. And I think it's really interesting because he's seeing and he's saying some key points about the application of AI. Let's go with the first one. So you see, this is actually the moment where Carlsen beat the world champion that was Kasparov at the time. And then let's go to the second video. Sorry. The second video here is the interview of Carlsen done some months ago.
So the kind of computing power that's on your phone, like, can you beat your phone at the highest level?
No, no chance.
Isn't that crazy? That's so
no
crazy.
chance.
That's
no
so
chance.
crazy because Deep Blue, wasn't it like as big as a room? Was it?
Yeah.
not finished yet.
Maybe early 2019, where you could very clearly see which players have been using these neural networks or knew how to use them, and which players didn't. And my coach, he got into it very quickly, and we got an advantage of basically everybody but that guy who had been using it during the match. And it just made us understand the game a lot better.
So you see here some key points that Carlsen was saying. He's not able to beat the application that he's using for training. But from the other side, AI didn't kill chess. It just raised the level because what I think is key here is that AI is helping us to play a different kind of game. So going back to hospitality, if we train our revenue managers through AI, we will raise the level of the game. We will otherwise we will become irrelevant here. And this is exactly what happened to chess. So chess actually didn't disappear, it's still there, but it just played in a different way. And I think there are some key points that we can take away from the chess example. So the first one is the competitive edge. So if we apply automation, we will anticipate market trends and our decision will be faster and much more scalable. If we use AI for coaching, through recommendation, smart alerts, we will be able to maximize our revenue. And the last learning, I think, is how to relearn the game. AI is providing us a much wider comprehension of the market and will help us to make better decisions there. There are also some negative points of AI, of course. The first one is here, bad decision faster. What does it mean? That if we apply blindly AI and we do not apply human control on the quality of data that we are adding into our systems, the risk here is that we are just automating errors and we will create a sense of insatisfaction of the system that we are using. People won't trust the systems and we will have the feeling of wasting our investments over there. So this is a key point. We need to apply human control on the quality of data that we are adding into our systems. And from the other side, we live in the hospitality world and there is constantly a change of workplace for many people inside the industry. So what we are experimenting is a talent lost. And with talent, also knowledge leaves the hotel. So I think it's key here that if we want to retain talent, we need to make people growing inside the organization. And AI is actually key in there. We can improve their skills, their knowledge, and then it will lead them to stay longer with us. So the main question here is not like what kind of technology we need to buy next. Is how do we build better thinkers, able to use the technology that we have at Hell. Technology is key for moving from a daily life of a revenue manager where they are trying to read thousands of data, creating spreadsheets and so on, from moving from an analyst point of view to commercial leader, because AI is also providing context, providing market information that will help them to understand better also how they need or how we want to reach our business goals. And probably what I said at the beginning, AI is replacing revenue manager. I think this is a kind of fear that many people can have out there in the industry. But we need to move from being tech afraid to AI first, because it's the present and it's also going to be the future. This is something that I put this question here because I think it's quite key. This is a very frequently asked question during my calls with hoteliers. If everyone is using similar tools, where is the advantage of using them? There are thousands of PMSs out there, RMSs, and channel managers. So what is actually the main advantage in using tools if they are similar to each other, of course, with different elements in there? The key here is how we are using those systems. And who is using the systems is actually your team. So your team is the competitive advantage against your competitive set. And actually, this is the thing that I just said. How we can make people stay and stay longer at our organization, and how we can beat automation. We need to engage with people. And this is very a key point that AI is able to do. Engaging and developing people means that we are offering people the technology that they need in order to develop their own job daily at Health or in the organization, and also helping them to using the system in a sustainable way and intelligently. So what winning models are doing out there right now, this is something key because we analyze what is the best way of applying technology, and the people and the health that have the best success, they created very control path of applying technology. The first step is deciding which are my pains as hotelier, which are my needs, and how I can fill it up. Defining clear goals, and then creating a sort of roundtable with people from different departments or key people that are going to apply supervision and validating the process during critical steps, so human control, and then in selecting and implementing the right AI tools. And all this process will naturally lead to aligned teams. So what we said before, one of the negative points of AI was that if we are not checking the quality of data we're putting out there, people won't trust the system, and they will think that it was a waste of money and investment. If we work with aligned teams that have been followed this process, what we are creating are aligned teams that will use technology with a unified vision. And to me, the advantages are super clear here. We have a meaningful impact on the business, but also we are delivering results not only at the business level, but also at the team level. We are driving engagement. We are making people growing in the organization. We are retaining people because they will become much more loyalty, and thanks to the satisfaction of working at our organization. So key takeaways that we can take from what I just said. AI is helping us to create leaning operation. So if we provide our team with the right technology and competencies, let's say, they will help. They will operate much more efficiently, and then enable productivities. Revenue managers today are not just optimizing their room revenue, but they need to optimize the entire ecosystem of the hotel, from meeting rooms to spa to ancillary services. And if we want to improve the productivity, we need to do that through AI, because it will help them to work in a sustainable way. And the last point, but very key point, is that AI will be connected intelligent, replacing silos. What does it mean? That if we find systems or tools that are able to connect data from different systems and departments, from rates to occupancy to housekeeping, we will create an holistic way of working. That is very important, because not all the tools out there are able to create this, let's say, ecosystem. So very key point, the goal is not to use more AI, but is actually using AI efficiently and optimizing the human effort on that. Question for you, is your company AI people first? And what do you actually need to become AI people first? It's a change of mindset. This is something that we also did inside BEONx last year. We decided to become an AI company first. And in order to do that, we created different roundtables with different people from different departments that were in charge of testing different AI systems. And once they have been validated, they have been open to the entire organization. And this is key, because we actually use the steps that I mentioned before, creating this roundtable, understanding which are the needs and the pains, selecting through a roundtable of people the right tools, and then opening up to the rest of the organization. So I'm going to show you a video here. Through the exercise that we did at BEONx, we decided to, for example, using AI tools at the client success level, because it doesn't make any sense for us to grow the team, but we need to implement some and speed up some steps in there. So we decided to create a sort of academy, a sort of videos, training videos for our clients, as we were repeating always the same things to different clients at the same day. So it was a very heavy workload. So we decided to automatize that part. And then what we realized is that we can use the same tool for different purposes. So this is an example of how our CFO decided to create her own avatar to go to a meeting that she could attend in person. So this is an example, but I think it's really important and really funny from a side, but also important of how technology can really help us out.
Hi everyone, I'm Sandra's digital twin. Unfortunately, she had a personal matter that prevented her from attending today's meeting. I'll do my best to walk you through the presentation that she prepared, covering our Q3 results, as well as the goals, forecast, and activity plan for Q4. It will only take us 10 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask Ruben at the end of this video.
So I think it's funny because we had never used an avatar before, but it actually made the point. So she was not able to attend. Instead of just not attending and losing the opportunity to speak, she sent out there. Of course, this is just part of it. Then there was a presentation. But I think it's really important because sometimes we just focusing ourselves on the main or the most common use of AI, but then we can actually apply in different phases of our work. And this is what AI will help us to do. We will give us superpower as if we change to a people-first culture. And this is a slide of reflection that I'm leaving to you. Is your team aligned on the AI strategy? Just remember, one of the points that we spoke before is that if we work with aligned teams, it will be much easier to apply AI and find reaching results. And do you have the right tools? That is a super key important question. Is your team aware of the available resources? Because sometimes we're using so many tools out there that people don't know if they exist in the organization. And then if you listen to your team feedbacks and connected to that, how you turn people that are against tools or technology into champions. And key question, do you invest in your people? Because we saw that investing in people means retaining people and talent. So that was the presentation from my side. And Raquel, I don't know if there is any question out there. Yeah?
Yes, we do have a question. Let me just go to it. I just need to get to the Q&A.
Yeah, sure. Do you mind if I speak a bit about who we are? Because I think that people could be lost out there. So in BEONx, we are a revenue management system, let's say next generation. It's designed exactly for health to optimize profitability. We go beyond room pricing. We automate decision and adapt faster to the market. So one of our main key point is actually flexibility, because you can get customized segmentations, pricing recommendations, real-time competitive analysis, and always remain in control when using automation. That is probably one of the most scary parts, is that if you automatize so much, then I will lose control. It's not actually true. And let's say our main features are automating price recommendation, where you can decide to fully automate or just review before approving. centralized visibility and reporting is quite key, especially for general manager, director of sales that want to know how is happening and what is happening out there, to operators and group management, and a very easy integration and a user-friendly platform. This is exactly what people usually, our clients love about us, and especially how easily and fast you can see results. You don't need to wait for months, but it's actually happening very, very fast. I think I'm gonna come back to here so I can also see you. Okay.
Okay, the first question is from Elsie. The question is, I would like to circle back. Can you hear me?
I do, yeah.
I would like to circle back to the first part of the presentation where guests are using AI to plan travel. How would BEONx influence our positioning on AI travel agent systems? Or would this just provide insight into these AI travel patterns in our area?
Yeah, that's a very important question. So let's say that I think one of the most important part there is that what I show about Lila is just an example, it's just a very initial moment of AI. But trust me that in the near future, most of the hotels will be out there and in the search of AI agent. And what I think is most important is actually that you need to keep control on what you're doing. And if you're not using an AI RMS or a system that is helping you to exactly position in the market, then your hotel will be much more cannibalized and your pricing will be probably not reaching the levels that you want. So I think AI is key to always be and on the nice position in the market, of course, based on what are your business goals as well.
Okay, thank you. Lucia, I have another question from Elsa. It says, also, we have almost a remote destination boutique property. Would BEONx be recommended for such a small property that is not in the city or more competitive setting like larger hotels?
That's another very good question. Personally, we work with any kind of property from boutique hotels to big groups, luxury, budget. So the fact that our system is flexible helps also any kind of hotel. We work, for example, one of the first clients that I signed in BEONx is a boutique hotel luxury resort in Tuscany, in Italy, in the middle of nowhere. So what the key point there was to actually reaching the ideal ADR and always keep control on the pricing and the positioning that they want to achieve as business goals. So I think the fact that the property is small or in the middle of nowhere is not a big deal. There was always someone that will be your competitive set. It's just a matter of looking for who is going to be your competitors, because you probably think that is no one out there that can compete with you, but trust me, it's always someone. And sometimes it's not the first hotel next to us a few kilometers that is creating competitive disadvantage for you. So yeah, we can work with any kind of property. And we are born in Spain. Spain is known as destination from having thousands of boutique hotels, urban properties, resorts. So there is such different ecosystem of hospitality that I think is very huge learning for us out in the market. So yeah, I won't be scared as the challenge, let's say. But thanks, Elsie, for the questions.
Thank you, Elsa. You can also book a private one-on-one session if you want to ask more questions or go more in depth, which we will post in the chat at the end. We can also email it to you as well. The next question is from Garen. Thank you for the presentation. How does AI handle unexpected demand shocks compared to human intuition?
Yeah. Thanks, Garen, for your question. Let's say that at BEONx, for example, I spoke before the importance of finding tools that are packaging together different data from different systems and departments. And this is a key question because in BEONx, we are able to connect the data of the entire ecosystem from PMS to rate shopper to destination demand. And this is probably where you need to check in this specific moment, Gavin. At the destination, there is anything happening. Most of the time, destination demand or destination data are noise, let's say. Nothing is really happening until something is happening. If there is an event killer, then it will come up from the destination demand. And this is something key at the point, and we will take into account into BEONx. And sometimes this is just something that AI can detect because it's able to read data and understanding if data is important or just noise, as I was saying at the beginning.
Okay, I have. Thank you so much, Lucia. Karen, I hope
Thanks,
that
Raquel.
answers. I've got one more question that came to me privately. In
Sure.
South Africa, the international demand and exchange rates are very volatile, and we have irregular events. To what extent can we rely on AI in such a market like this?
Yeah, that's a very important one. I think South Africa is the perfect example of why human judgment remains key. Of course, AI is very good at identifying patterns, but here things change fast, and the hotels that are performing better are those with teams that are they have teams that are capable of interpreting and correcting what the market demands is. So I think it's very important because what we were talking before about understanding what your competitors are doing, what the destination is doing, is actually key. And no matter where you located, data can detect what is happening, and then that's a very important let's say information for the revenue manager to correct the strategy and to be always a step ahead. Imagine the advantage that people using AI can have compared to someone that don't have access to any kind of AI tools.
Okay, I don't see any more questions. Thank you very much for your answer. Is there anything else
Well,
you want to add
thanks.
from your end?
No, I think the presentation explain what we want, the message that we wanted to give today. Feel free to reach me privately after the event. You will, as Ragal was saying, you are gonna receive the recording of this webinar. It was really nice. Thanks, Ragal, for your time and for
You're welcome.
presenting the webinar. And well, it was really nice to meet you finally, at least online. And thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you, everyone, and for joining. Your recording will be in your inbox shortly. Have a great day. Thank you.